Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om.
Hey everyone, so happy you can join us for the Love Everyone podcast.
With your hosts, Govind Das and Rama Chandra Das.
A conversation of love, devotion, and walking the path of Bhakti Yoga.
Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman. Welcome everybody to the Love Everyone podcast, episode 32. I'm Rama Chandra Das.
What's up, everybody? Bro, it's been so long. My name's Govind Das, your co-host. Oh man, I'm so happy to be here. It's
I know.
been a month or two. God,
What is it? What's up with that? What
it's
is up
just
with
been
that?
too long. Too long.
I think the traveling thing has got to stop being a what am I trying to say? An
Obstacle.
obstacle.
Yeah.
Got to stop being an obstacle because we got to get these things more often.
Yeah, well, it's summertime. I think last year during summer we took a little break as well too. But
Yeah. Enjoying
oh
the summer?
man,
How's it down there?
summer's great. Oh,
Is
it's
it
hot.
smoky?
No, not smoky at all. Encinitas has been 88 degrees and just really warm water this year. I mean, the warmest I've ever felt in California. We got back from our East Coast tour. We rolled into town. The water temperature 75 degrees. Surfing like 3 hours straight, no wetsuit,
Wow.
just boardies. Remember you said that on that old when we were talking about dressing our murtis, and you said, "Oh,
Yeah,
Encinitas, don't you put boardies on Hanuman?"
Hey, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Get it like some little like hibiscus flower board shorts for Hanuman. Gee. What's he wearing today? He's got a little pink skirt or
Yeah,
something,
no,
or
like a little pink wrap, but keep it low today,
little
like a pink
lungi.
lungi, pink lungi. Just because it's so hot, needs to keep his upper body open.
Oh, nice.
But lots of plumeria now blooming everywhere. So every day giving them some,
Oh, that's so
offering them some
good. Yeah, we're
plumeria.
kind of the flowers are dying up here, really.
How's it going up there? I remember every time I come up there, it's this time of year and it's like the most gorgeous place ever. Good
It's really
weather?
beautiful. Yeah, it's weird. We haven't really had a summer.
Yeah.
We had that kind of that June gloom morning and then the sun in the afternoon kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
every still happening.
Yeah.
But I feel really so lucky, honestly, to live here. Sometimes in the winters, it gets a little dreary, but the world with the fires and the smoke and the heat and the hurricanes and the earthquakes we don't have any of that stuff.
You didn't get any smoke from the Spokane
We got a
fires?
little bit,
Little
a
bit.
couple
Yeah.
days, a little bit, and we have had some bad smoke over the last few years, which is a brand new thing, by the way.
Mm.
The smoke in Seattle is only like 5 year. It's only been happening for the last 5 years or so, but still, for the most part, I mean, everything's green. Like we
Mm.
definitely never have fires here because there's just too much water,
Too much moisture, right?
Yeah, so that's definitely nice.
Dude, we're going to be seeing each other
Oh
soon.
my God, I'm so stoked. We're
What's
coming
going
down.
on September 12th and 13th?
Well, September 13th, by the way, is a very special day. It's my birthday.
Oh, that's amazing.
And we're gonna be together in Encinitas one more time for another LSD weekend.
LSD weekend.
We're gonna take LSD all weekend.
All weekend of LSD. That's great. Oh, I hope you all
Yeah.
join us. We got some spots still available.
It's the Love, Service, and Devotion Hanuman Chalisa immersion.
Mm,
And
mm.
it's our second one. We did one in February and it was so fun.
It was so great,
What
wasn't
a
it? Oh my gosh.
just a blissful weekend of chanting the Hanuman Chalisa and sharing and satsang and drinking chai and eating
Eating
khichdi
khichdi. Yeah.
and just it was really special. Yeah. So we're doing it again and we'd love to have you join us September 12th, 13th. You could just go to bhaktiyogashala.com and find out all about it.
I look back, and my favorite time about the weekend is when we did the 11 Hanuman Chalisas together
Yeah.
and we took turns. And for anybody listening, so many of the people that came on this retreat immersion, they chant the Hanuman Chalisa regularly with guitar, harmonium. And so we did Hanuman 11 Chalisas both days.
Yeah.
And we took turns, and everybody was sharing their own renditions of the Chalisa and their own melodies. And it was just a love fest. It was
Yeah, it
really
really was. It was
beautiful.
like a Chalisa open mic, man. There's nothing better.
So come on out and join us, everybody. Get in there. So it's not when we say an immersion retreat, it's not, there's nowhere to stay on the property. It's at the Temple of Joy, which is this backyard temple in our friend Casey and Anka's house. But there's lots of Airbnbs and cheap motels in the area. And come on down and make it a weekend. This typically is the most beautiful weather of the year, mid-September in Southern California. So we would love to have you all join us.
Oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
it's a blink of an eye and it's going to be here.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have kirtan on Saturday night that same weekend.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have a Monday night kirtan in
Monday
LA.
night Kirtan in LA. It's back.
Oh,
MNK.
that's so good. I love it. I love it. Hey man, what do you say we just dive in today?
Let's get rolling, brother. Let's
Let's,
do it.
all right. So you're gonna start with some opening prayers?
Let's do it, my friend. So everyone, before we sort of officially begin reflecting on the lines of the Hanuman Chalisa and getting into this podcast, we always just like to take a few moments and honor the Guru through a few shlokas of the Guru Stotram. So feel free, if you know, chant along or certainly just receive and listen. Om Akanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Salutations to the Guru, who revealed to me the supreme truth, which is unfragmented, infinite, timeless divinity, and which pervades the entire universe.
Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Salutations to the Guru, who opened my eyes, which had been blinded by the darkness of ignorance, by applying the divine ointment of self knowledge.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Guru is the creator, sustainer, and the destroyer. Guru is directly the supreme spirit, both manifest reality and the absolute. My reverential salutations to the glorious Guru who resides in the hearts of all beings as the true self.
Hari Om Bolo Shri Sakurudev Bhagwan Ki.
Jai.
Shri Baba Neem Karoli Santa Maharaj Sakurudev Bhagwan Ki.
Jai.
Jai Hanuman, Jai Gurudev, Jai Baba Neem Karoli. All right,
All right,
so
so the next thing we do here, everybody, is we like to introduce and riff and reflect on a line from the Hanuman Chalisa. And we're moving right along. We are on the next line is line 29. So we're
I
on
really like how you said that, brother. Riff and reflect. That has a nice little ring to it. Well, maybe we should call this section
the riff.
Riffs and Reflection.
I don't know, but yeah, I might have to get out my electric guitar though and play some riffs.
Riffs and Reflections.
Riffs and reflections, yeah. Well, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I love it. Let's riff and
All
reflect.
right, so the riff and reflection section, and we're going to riff and reflect on Chopai number 29, which says, Your splendor fills the four ages. Your fame shines throughout the world. Then the Avadi sounds like this. Charan Yuga Paratapa Tumara E Parasiddha Jagata Ujiyara. So every line is a Maha Mantra, as Baba told us. So what's so great about this line?
Oh man. Well, this line I think is really interesting because first Tulsidas speaks about this Vedic understanding of time, and that time is not linear, time is cyclical, and there are four cycles within these are called the yugas, and they just keep going around and around and around and around. And instead of where we in the West, we see time as linear, right? Here, from this view, time is cyclical. And Hanuman, right? His glory and his fame and his light essentially is present through all the yugas. Now, I'm going to save this one word because I know you want to riff on this one word. I think you know what it is. I'm trying to do everything I can to avoid saying this word right now, but it starts with an S. If you look at the second word in the translation,
Starts with an S.
what's the second word in the translation?
Splendor.
And what's your
Oh.
favorite?
Hanuman's splendiferousness.
So I'm doing everything I can to avoid saying the
Oh,
word
you can say it.
splendor, splendor.
Yeah.
Um, but it's really amazing because Tulsidas is saying that Hanuman's light, Hanuman's grace, Hanuman's beauty, Hanuman's illumination, Hanuman's consciousness, Hanuman's divine gifts, they shine through all the ages, which means, and I don't know if we have to go through all of the yugas. We do that in our Hanuman Chalisa sadhana that we do in the mornings together. So I don't know if we need to go through that. But essentially it's saying that Hanuman's splendor essentially is everywhere at once, through all time, past, present, and future, through all of the ages, nowhere. And even when we look back to the very first Chopai, right? Tihun Loka Ujagara. Hanuman illuminates all the three worlds. So it's like vertically and horizontally. Hanuman's light is everywhere. You cannot go anywhere in time or space without Hanuman's light and splendiferousness being present. I said it. Oh my
You
God.
said it. It's okay. It feels good. Everyone say it. Splendiferous.
Splendiferousness.
Yeah, you throw the ness on there and it really gets good.
But I think, just to end this little part of the riff, and then maybe I'll pass it over to you, and then we can look at the second part, is like you just his splendor is everywhere. But what I'm coming seeing is that our minds are usually somewhere so far from it that we can't recognize it or welcome it into our being because our egos are up so much of the time. And when the ego is up, we're in sort of limited consciousness and we're just lost in our own stories. But that's why we do practices to sort of roll the window of the ego down so we can let the cool breeze, the sweet breeze of Hanuman's splendor into our being, and it's always here to access if we can just be present and remember. What are your thoughts, bro?
Well, I love this. I mean, Hanuman is everywhere all the time. I mean, just that alone just, makes me so happy, There's nowhere I could go that Hanuman is not there. I was thinking about this. Can we I just want to spend a few minutes on the yugas. We don't need to really break them down anything, but the yugas, these four yugas, these four ages, we're talking about like massive amounts of time, and and it was literally according to like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years ago when Ram and Sita and Hanuman were fighting the battle against Ravana. And it was like an incredibly civilized time. And I mean, this goes in the face of everything that like science and evolution and all these things are telling us, But if you look at it, although we have like this computer technology, but beyond that, it feels like if you really look at the yugas, like we're actually devolving,
Mm.
you know? I mean, that's really fascinating to me. I mean, what do you think about the yugas? I mean, do you think about the yugas when you think
I
about the
do
yugas?
think about the
What do
yugas.
you think about them? I mean, it's
I think it's very similar to pretty much everything in this Vedic view, and gods and goddesses and monkey gods and goddesses with 10 arms riding tigers and lions, and we just have to liquefy our consciousness. We can't be locked in what we think is right, because it just forces us, all of this forces us to expand our minds. But, from, as you said, it goes right in the face of Western science. I mean, hundreds of thousands of years ago.
they say that they weren't even humans,
Right.
much less humans who built great cities and
Spaceships
yes,
and
yeah, flying machines and had most amazing mystical weapons and you know,
and I
so
think
it's
that's why it's so easy for Westerners to just write this stuff off, like, oh,
yeah,
this is just some silly religion, that's
yeah.
just totally imagination. And but I
Well, and
find it fabulously fascinating.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
more and more time I spend with Ramayana and Chalisa and all these, Sita Ram and everything, the more and more and more I'm like, even though my Western scientifically trained brain can't understand it, the more I think, how could Ramayana have not have happened?
Mm.
It becomes more like the opposite of like, not like, how could it be possible that this happened hundreds of thousands of years ago, but more like, how in the world could this possibly not have happened?
Well, this thing
Any
about
sense?
science recently, I mean, recently, however long in the last 100 or 200 years, it's pretty much solely zooming in to the material world.
Yeah, that's it. How do you scientifically?
Like, it's just what is seen. That's
Yeah,
the only thing that's real.
yeah,
But that's where the world of spirituality comes in, is that it's so vast, infinitely vast,
uh,
that how can all of these things not be real in the vastness of divinity itself, that is based on all possibility,
uh. And
infinite
I
possibility.
even that I heard somebody speaking recently, and I can't remember the details of it, but they were basically saying that science now is starting to be able to prove multiverses.
Mm.
So the multiverse idea, which I don't know much about, but it's basically like all of this is happening, like there's a universe where I made the choice to stay in my film business career, and then there's the multiverse where I, you know, got married to somebody else when I was 18, and there's, I mean, there's, I don't even, I can't even wrap my head around that, but then you have somebody saying, oh no, science is starting to prove that that's the case.
Hmm.
Well, once you step into the idea that maybe there's multiverses, well, then I mean, anything is possible. Ramayana isn't even a, you know, isn't even a long shot anymore, because
It's so beyond
yeah,
intellectual understanding, this concept of yugas, that in the Satya Yuga, what is it said that humans lived for a
100,000 years.
100,000 years,
Yeah.
100,000 years,
Everything's perfect.
and everyone gets along, and everyone is God conscious, and
Yeah.
that's why it's called the Golden Age,
Yeah.
Age of Truth. And it makes sense when you say everything is, what did you say,
Well, we're
de-evolution,
devolving
devolving.
instead of evolving. Yeah.
From the concept of the yugas, that's absolutely the case.
100%. Yeah. Well, so check this out. What about this then? The Satya Yuga. So Hanuman was technically he was born in the next Yuga.
Right.
But his fame shines also in the Satya Yuga. So are they all just so in tune that they know Hanuman's coming, or like what's that?
I've thought about this before. It's very confusing to me
Hmm.
that I don't even want to make an idiot of myself trying to trying to speak about it.
Hey, by the way, everybody, just full disclosure. Like right now, we're talking about stuff that we have no idea
No
about.
idea. But this is very interesting because, in Encinitas, there's lots of devotees of Paramahansa Yogananda here.
Mm,
And Yogananda's guru, I mean, it's widely recognized that we're in the Kali Yuga right now,
uh-huh.
and that the Kali Yuga started after Lord Krishna left this world. But he believes, I think, is it Lahiri
Yukteswar?
Mahasaya? Yukteswar, I believe. Yeah,
Yukteswar.
Sri
And
Yukteswar.
that's also
They,
uh, Vivekananda's guru. And they both have this different. Yeah, keep going because I
yes,
just learned about this.
that we're actually that the Kali Yuga has passed, and we are right now in the beginning, the ascending phase, they call it, of the Satya Yuga.
Oh, well, so what I had seen or what I thought I interpreted of that was that the Kali Yuga has, but that we're in the ascending part of the Kali Yuga, and then it goes back Dvapara, Treta, Satya,
Oh,
and then it's like this,
yeah,
Whereas in the more common understanding of it, all these yugas pass, and then there's the, you know, Shiva does his Tandava,
yeah.
and everything's
Just total dissolution,
total disillusion. But then for the same period of time that all four yugas happened, there's just like nothing.
right? What is it? There's a word.
Pri,
Pralad? No, pralaya. Pralaya?
Pralaya, that sounds right. Close, at least close.
Yeah, we have
Uh,
no idea what we're talking about, everybody.
but keep listening
Yeah.
because you never know. We might say, but anyway, so yeah, but I just was reading about that. Yukteswar had a whole different view of it.
Yeah, really
But yeah, so
interesting.
yeah, I mean, at least that ascending idea right now, um, at least fills me with a little more hope than
Yeah.
because the original one is it just gets worse and worse and worse and darker and darker and darker until everybody's like a burnt heap on the ground, and then
Mm.
along comes Krishna again on his white horse, um, and this name I always confuse with Rama, with Bharat's mother's name, but it's not. It's
Kalki, right?
Kalki.
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 Kalki. That's the horse, right? Is that the horse?
Well, or I think that's the name of the form of Krishna that's riding the
Oh,
horse.
is that the, okay, yeah.
Anyway.
As you see, everybody. We
Maybe
have
we should.
no idea what we're talking
we
about.
should but maybe we
Well,
should try.
this is what we always talk about on the first day of the Hanuman Chalisa.
Yeah.
We are not scholars, and it's very apparent right now.
Hey, but here's the thing, man. It's all about bhakti. I love all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, talking about this, even in the midst of our ignorance, is still inspiring. So,
But I look at it, look at where we started with this whole line that Hanuman, however the big and vastness of the things we're talking about, Hanuman is bigger than all of it.
yeah, I love that. Yeah,
Gosh.
and Tulsidas, I think in this line, and then there's other few other lines where Tulsidas is really basically like, and he even uses the word pada in the second part, pada siddhi, and I feel like
Yeah.
he's bringing Hanuman into this sort of the world of the Paramatman.
Yeah.
He's saying like Hanuman is God. He's using words that mean omnipresent. He's using words that mean omniscient. He's using words that mean omnipotent. He's using these words that we associate with, with Brahman, with the divine, with God, whatever words you want to
So
use.
this is a great question or something is Hanuman God? Is he not a God or is Hanuman God?
Well, see, I believe the this is a really interesting one, because there's definitely people that will say he's a demigod. Why would you worship a demigod,
Right.
Govindas, when you could worship the real God?
Yeah.
You know, but to me, anybody who says something like that is just dealing with fundamentalism.
Mm.
They don't get they're not really um, paying attention to what the Vedas say, which is that the truth is one, and that we use different names to describe it. And Hanuman is a form of, is a rupa of. But what I think Tulsidas is saying, and he says it again later when he says, that you don't even need to, that you can just worship Hanuman and he'll take you all the way, is that any of these deities can be ultimately, used in the same way. And that Hanuman, yeah. So for me, Hanuman is God, and for Tulsidas, Hanuman is not just God, but King of the gods.
Mm.
You
Boy,
know,
do I love
I
that.
know you love that. I
I
know you love
love
that.
that. But
Yeah.
and I think when we look at Hanuman in his monkey form, we can very easily be mistaken that he's just this monkey, but his
Mhm.
big form, as they talk about Maharaji's big form, is that pure splendiferousness that Tulsi Das is talking about right now. And you
Mhm.
said it, it's sub-ek. On some level, it's as important as the name and form is, it's beyond name and form. It's the
Mhm.
light of the universe that is unnameable on some level. But, in Bhakti, we give it a name because the name connects us to it.
Well, we have to, because our little human brains, not many of us are cut out to just go into the cave and meditate on Brahman, which, what's Brahman? You say, oh, everything and nothing. Oh, great, I got it, perfect. I'll just meditate. I'll just meditate on that. you know.
But I think we all can get that too.
Well, we can get it, but can we like
It's
put
hard to
it?
hold
Can,
it.
yeah, can we use it as an object of meditation or as an object of devotion?
Yeah.
I think very few of us can, and I think they realized that quite early on. And that's when the deities started to come through the rishis, you know, because the rishis were like, we've solved the universe, but then when we try to go tell people about it, they look at us like we're crazy,
Mm.
you know. So then I think, okay, God said, all right, well, I'm gonna, reveal my forms, and my deity forms to the rishis, and then they can use these, which is, I think, exactly what has happened.
Mm.
Use these deities as vehicles, basically, you know.
So this brings me back to that conversation we just had. If Hanuman was born, incarnated through his mother Anjani in the second yuga, was he present in the first yuga?
Mm.
Well, and how was he present in the first
Mm. Well, maybe it's like it's like so like the Vedas are said to be what's called Shruti.
Yeah.
So that means that which was heard, right? So like no one wrote the Gayatri mantra. That's what they say. They say that it was the Gayatri mantra just exists, right? And that it was the rishis and the sages, and I think Vishvamitra is accredited for Gayatri mantra, but um, that it came through him in meditation. So it was like revealed to him. And then he wrote it down and said, "Hey, everybody, look at this great mantra." And then, now billions of people every day chant this mantra. But so, like Hanuman, the deity, and on the spiritual level, just exists, just like Sita and Ram and Krishna and all the any deity you want to mention. Maybe that deity just exists already. And as I was trying to say, as opposed to saying like, oh, and then the rishis made up the deities, that the deities were then revealed to them so they could use them as vehicles for people. So maybe it's like more like that. And
Mm.
maybe there were so many people, maybe everyone was so perfect in the Satya Yuga and Dharma was so powerful that everybody just knew about Hanuman.
Mm.
And that it was as Dharma started trickling in that people started to forget. And that now there's so little Dharma that we have to be constantly reminded, and not only reminded but even taught, like, oh, by the way, guys, Hanuman has been here trying to help you this whole time.
Mm.
We want to make sure you're aware of Hanuman,
Mm.
but he's here the whole, is it, man, something like that? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
just
I
riffing.
love that. When I how you riffing. When I look at Hanuman, my Murti of Hanuman, I see this I just see presence. Like he is just present. And he's always present. But then I go and run and do my activities of the day, and I come back and he's just still right here, just still present. And his eyes are just completely open,
Yeah.
totally present.
He's not like, where the hell have you been?
Right.
He's
He's not,
just,
I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna, do whatever he needs. He's just right here. Look, I'm looking at your Murti right next to you. You leave, you go do everything you do, and he's just still right there telling
yeah,
you,
yeah.
everything
Don't,
is okay. Don't
everything's
worry.
okay. Yeah. And if
And
it's
and
not, I
maybe
got my
this
mace
this
right here.
energy of Hanuman has just always been like this, but he had to take birth in the second yuga because he was so needed at that time.
That's it. Yeah. And then as Rama was leaving and he could see that the Dharma was going to keep getting worse, he knew what was going to happen. He was like, now that you're here, you got to stay here
You stay here.
because you're definitely needed and you're going to be needed more and more and more every day that goes by.
Well, this feels really good. See, everybody, sometimes it takes us a while to figure shit out, but we actually.
we got there. We got there in the end. It's like it's like yeah, it's like putting a puzzle together. You take it out of
I
the box and
know.
you look at it and you're like, "Oh my God, you're so overwhelmed." Yeah, you turn the pieces over one at a time and you make the border and you're like, "Ah, I see it."
We got it. The puzzle pieces fit. So let's look at the second part of this line before we
Uh,
go on.
okay.
It always interests me because the translation says your fame
Mm,
shines throughout the world, Jagata Ujjhara. But the
mm.
word in Avadi is Parasiddha, which to me, I don't get fame from Parasiddha. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, Padasiddha is does refer to fame, and this Ujjata is like enlightens, or so it's where the fame shines. Um, I mean, my little book right here that I still have. Did you ever get one of these
I did get one of those.
from
Those are
Jennifer
wonderful.
Mazuko? These little things. Well, so when I learned the Hanuman Chalisa, I literally um, they're all like these little drawings. I colored each and every one of them,
That's beautiful.
and then I wrote all the words, like what the words mean next to the words,
Mm.
like the literal, more of a like a literal translation, not like a. Anyways, that was my little practice of learning the Chalisa, and I would sit there and color, and I'd chant the Chalisa over, or the that line over and over and over while I was doing that. And I got fame under Padasiddha here.
Yeah, well, that's what the our translation, the Neem Karoli Baba, commonly is. But I think,
Well, but
this
she
word
wrote your glory.
siddha,
She wrote your glory.
glory, siddha. I mean, if we just look at the word siddha, we know what siddha means is, your power, right?
Yeah, your great power, but it's
Enlightens the
often
world.
translated as fame.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and it's, I think there's probably multiple, as all of the Sanskrit and then Avadi words. I think this is also a Sanskrit word as well.
Yes.
Not just Avadi, but yeah, because we just made this shift, didn't we? We used to just say, I think we said your glory, which is a lot of the different translations that you see. But then I was doing some research on it, and I came up with, just felt like that this word fame, and recognition and renown, it felt like it really was wanting to come through. So we changed it to fame.
Mm.
But
Hanuman is famous.
I mean, he's getting more famous.
He really is
I
getting
mean,
more famous.
there's literally nobody in India who doesn't know Hanuman.
He's really getting more famous in the West as well too.
Well, 100%,
Hey, we
100%.
have quite a few new people in our Hanuman Chalisa sadhana. It's
I
wonderful
know
to see.
it seems like it just keeps people just keep getting attracted to it more and more and more. Hanuman is, um, and I actually just received a message from that retreat center that you were just down. Um, it's
Oh gosh, Reunion Retreat Center. Oh,
Reunion Retreat Center,
have
and
we not talked about this?
well, not I don't think here, but they were they're trying to get us to come down there,
Go
and
down, brother.
he was
Go
selling
down.
the Hanuman temple big time.
It's
I
just the
couldn't believe it
greatest.
when you sent me the pictures though of it.
It's just an 8 foot marble Hanuman that weighs like 8 tons or 6 tons.
How did they even get
That
it
was
there?
carved by the same family in Jaipur that carved the Taos Hanumanji. Reunion
Amazing.
Retreat Center
Yeah.
is just the most beautiful retreat center.
But now you got Hanuman temples all over the world,
Yeah,
you know. Costa Rica,
Costa Rica.
there's an 8 foot marble Hanuman.
Hey, when we were on the East Coast, there's a bunch in New Jersey now, but there are
Wow.
lots of Indians in New Jersey as well
Yeah.
too.
Uh-huh.
But there's a huge, I think the biggest Hindu temple outside of India is in New Jersey. It's like
Really?
massive.
Hey, and have you seen that outside of Houston, I think it is? There's like a
Houston too. Yeah.
140-foot tall one or something. They've got to
Yeah.
use like they use a huge like big cherry picker to go up and do arti.
I love it.
Yeah, so it's
So
so
Hanuman's
funny.
fame is is
Yeah.
is is spreading throughout the world.
Yeah, I love these pictures of seeing these pujaris all dressed in their India outfits and everything, climbing onto like a crane. You
Oh
know,
my God.
it's like with those huge, they call them cherry pickers sometimes, but
Okay.
like the arm extends and it has a little basket where all the people are standing,
Oh
and
my
they literally
gosh.
like extend this arm all the way out, all the way out, all the way out until they're literally standing in front of Hanuman's face,
And that's where they do the arti.
And they do the little arti, and the
Is
faces
it
like,
just the pujaris or is it people that
yeah, no,
wanted
it's just like two or three pujaris. All the people are down on the
down
ground.
low? Yeah.
But I mean, it's so high up that they, the head itself is taller than the people.
Oh my.
It's so cool.
I gotta do some research. This is the one in near Houston.
I think it's in Texas. I think it's
Yeah.
Houston or Dallas, somewhere in there in Texas, but which is also so random. The biggest Hanuman you've ever seen in Texas?
I think Texas has a lot of Indian people as well too, so I've heard.
Wow.
That's cool.
Anyway, Hanuman's everywhere all the time. That's all you need to know, everybody.
And the more we can just get here, I think the more we can open up to his grace and be guided by his grace and feel his grace and presence in our life. That's what I think the effort is, but damn, do I get go somewhere else most of the time. I mean, I'm all over the place. But here is where Hanuman is.
Yeah, I
Right
always like to
here.
say, I say what, I say what, where, I say where are we? We are here. What time
Here.
is it? It's now, you know. And that's where Hanuman is. Just like you said, he's always present. He's not in the future or in the past, even though he will be and he was, but where he really is in the now.
Gosh, I wonder if Ram Dass, I'm just thinking about when he said, be here now, and coined this phrase. Like, that is a pretty high spiritual realization that you were just speaking about, that here and now is Hanuman. And whether it's Hanuman or Krishna or Durga, that's where divinity lives, in the here and in the now,
Uh,
right? But typically we say, oh, be here now, just so I can be present. But we're not really thinking about it in a devotional
yeah, well, because
way,
that's
a
where if you would
divine
like
way.
be here now, because that's where God is.
Right. And if you are not here and now, you are not experiencing God. You are experiencing
Oh,
your mind, your stories. But the weird
yes.
thing, if God is in everything, is God in your stories and in your mind as well.
Well, absolutely. But the problem is the stories have so much power that they're right, that they're taking you away, that you're not, yes, because God doesn't go away when you stop thinking about God and God, but you're not experiencing it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's ultimately that's the thing. It's not about like, it's about what's your experience.
Right. Because if we are in our crazy thoughts, although God is in those thoughts, we are in those thoughts. We're not
Yeah.
here.
And we think about like if something's true, right? It's real. We talk about this all the time. I mean, the past isn't even true anymore, right? It's just whatever how we see it, It's because it's gone. It's done. The future, that's just all imagination. So neither of those are even real. So the only thing that's real is the here and the now.
And that takes be here now to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Because like in the last 20 years, we've heard so much. You just have to be present. Mindful meditation, it's about being present. But to take it to that level that God, the only way to have a spiritual, religious experience is in the present moment.
Yeah.
That's taking this concept of be here now to a whole nother level. And I
Right.
think the
Again,
best level, the best,
well, right, and like the only level, really, you
yeah,
know, meaning that's like the goal.
that's the ultimate goal of life, I believe.
So even be here now isn't just some quip, but
Right.
just be present, stop worrying about the future. No, no, no. Be here now because that's the only place to be.
That's where the Shakti is, right?
That's where
It's in the
everything
moment.
is. That's where God lives. That's where Hanuman
Even
lives.
just talking about it with you and feeling it as we're talking, I feel like I'm lit up on something.
Yeah, no,
I
this
just
is
took a hit, bro. I just took a hit of LSD right
oh
now.
Oh man, that's so good. I love it. I love it.
Oh my
Ah,
gosh.
it's beautiful. You know what? But let's take another hit.
Is it time?
I don't know. I think so. What do you
It's
think?
time. It's time. Let's do it. The secret hit of the day.
Oh yeah, we have a new way of tell everybody how we were doing these now.
Well, now we're not telling each other. Ramachandra Das has no idea what that secret LSD hit of what strain it's going to be because I haven't told him. I just have picked something out on my own.
Now wait a second. You keep saying we're gonna take LSD. What do you mean?
Every time we have to, even on episode 32, we have to tell
Well, you
everybody
never know. It could be somebody's first listen, and they're
we're
like,
not a
"What the
bunch of
heck?"
druggos here.
Druggos. I love when you say that. I thought it was druggies. This is druggos. Druggo sounds like a character in like a Popeye cartoon or something. Like, hey, Druggo.
Oh man, well, we have like coined LSD as love, service, and devotion. We've taken those letters, love, L, S, service, D, devotion. And we say we're going to take a hit of love, service, and devotion, a hit of LSD. But how we do that is through a teaching of one of our gurus or some great one that's walked the bhakti path before us. And when we say we're going to take a hit of LSD and now a secret strain hit of
Oh
LSD,
my gosh. So
that's what
this
we're
is literally
talking
like
about.
somebody literally says, "Here, take this LSD," and you go like, "Oh, well, how much is it? What kind is it?" They just go, "Just take it." It's like that.
Trust me, just take it.
Trust me, you'll love it. It'll be
This is some
great.
good stuff.
Okay. All
All
right. Well,
right.
what do we got today?
Okay. So this is from Siddhi Ma. And those of us that don't know Siddhi Ma is sort of the successor of Neem Karoli Baba. When Neem Karoli Baba left his body, Siddhi Ma essentially became the living guru at the ashram and ran the ashrams for a good 20 years, 30 years or
Mm,
so.
yeah.
And
More,
she
40
was
years.
yeah, from what early 70s to 2018 or
Yeah.
2016,
So that's
something
over
like that.
40 years.
So and Maharaji really he recognized Siddhima as a great saint and even as an incarnation of Durga.
Mhm.
So we don't take these words lightly. Here's the hit, the secret hit. You ready? The eyes
Mhm.
are starting to roll back already on Ramachandra Das. Whatever happens, remember Maharaji. Keep your faith and keep going. Say it one more time. Whatever happens, remember Maharaji. Keep your faith and keep going.
Oh, it's
One
like a,
more time.
yeah. No, I got
You
it.
got it. You got
I
it.
got it. It's like a spiritual pep talk.
Yes. I'm your spiritual cheerleader, your bhakti cheerleader. Great instructions, though.
Great
Practical instructions.
instructions. Yeah, I mean, this one is, honestly, this one is just, it's so straightforward, Um, it doesn't even feel like doesn't even feel like a mystical key at all. It seems pretty straightforward. It's like, remember, oh my God, we'd spent so much time talking about remembering. We could just
Whatever happened.
remember whatever happens, no whatever happens. So no good or bad. I love that too. I think we have to remember that. I think that's why I think Maharaji said suffering was grace because suffering, he said, gets me closer to God. Because a
Mm,
lot of times when the good stuff's happening, that we not only do we like forget, but we also start even to like take credit.
mm.
I'm so great. I planned this one. I made the right investment. I did.
Look at what I
Look
did.
at what I did. I had this great idea and I followed through on it, and look at how it turned out. And, so I think even when it's, well, even when the good stuff happens, we have to go, thanks, Maharaji. Thank you, Maharaji. Thank you. I can remember that this is all ultimately thy will, not my will. And, um, so that's the first part. And then so no matter what happens, remember Maharaji, keep your faith and
And
keep
keep
going
going.
and keep going.
Keep going.
My God. I mean, I don't, I feel like either losing faith is part of the part of the program, or or it's just somehow it's just like part of my particular curriculum. But I feel like, I mean, now I've literally been on this path of bhakti yoga for over 20 years. And I mean, I feel like I'm just constantly having to renew my faith, just to feeling like, what does it all mean? And having to come back and having to remember Maharaji and having to do my practices even in the midst of of complete lack of faith. And yet what's amazing is that even when I have these, I guess it's been now, the practice has become so grounded that even I will literally do my Ram Japa, like Neem Karoli Baba used to say, like, even if you do it and you're angry, even if you do it and you're sad, even if you're crying, even if you're laughing, it doesn't matter. And I think about that because, there's so often that I'm not feeling it, but I still do it. And that's just the practice, I guess, is just grounded. I mean, I'll literally even do it sometimes, and the thought is going in my head, like, what am I doing? Like, what do I really believe that speaking, the name Ram can do all these things? And then the thoughts are like, no, but the mouth is still going Ram, 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 Ram,
Mm,
Ram. That's crazy. And maybe that's just the keep going part.
mm, mm.
But because but I just feel like if I look back on 20 years, I've had so many dozens of moments where I've like questioned myself and questioned what I'm doing and questioned my faith and all these things. And yet here I am. So I don't know. I think it's just great to hear again,
Mm.
because ultimately, even when I'm losing my faith, there's part of me that recognizes that it's important to keep it.
Mm.
That it's like something that, no matter where I end up, I can't come to that place where I'm willing to throw it away. You know what I mean? I don't know if any of this is making sense. What
Yeah,
do you
of course it's making sense.
what do you think
Yeah.
about this? What did this hit, or what does that keeping the faith mean to
Well,
you?
I don't know. Maybe I picked it because it really speaks to me.
Uh,
This one. And, and I really love this first part. Remember, whatever happens, remember Maharaji. And I recently got into, you know, a discussion. I don't want to say a heated discussion, but, I challenged somebody who is a yoga teacher who was speaking about something that they have done, and they were just really proud of themselves, and essentially like, I just kicked ass. Like,
oh yeah.
have you ever heard a yoga teacher say to you, "Oh, I just taught the greatest class," or "I just kicked ass in that class"? I mean, And when this person was saying that, it really
Um,
just
yeah.
turned my heart in the wrong
Yeah.
direction. And it's like, could you imagine coming out of a kirtan and you come up to me and say, Govind Das, I just fucking blew everyone's hearts open.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't. I mean, even when, I have to even if someone says that to me,
Right. Even if some, you were so
you
awesome.
just blew our hearts wide open today, I'm like, well, I wasn't doing anything.
Right. 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 So this was just very present for me that, and this person is a Maharaji devotee. So, I just shared my thoughts about it. That
Wait, it
to
wasn't
me,
me, was it?
no, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. That, and I guess this line one, when things are going really well, that you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Remember Maharaji. And when things aren't going well, remember Maharaji. Like that to me is
Yeah.
like huge. Like when things aren't going well, I had a, I was, we spoke the other day about in our Chalisa Bhakti Sadhana about, the Bharat line, Tuma Mama Priya Bharatahi
Mm,
Samabai. And whenever we come to that line, here is Ram ready to be crowned the king. And in the blink of an eye, it's all taken away from him.
mhm,
And the city of Ayodhya was ready. They were like so excited. The celebrations had already begun.
mm,
And in a moment, nope, you're going to Ram's going to the kingdom for 14 years. This looked like the worst thing possible, just the absolute worst thing. And but that was the path that led him to fulfill his mission, which
mm.
was ultimately defeating Ravana. So, like, whenever things aren't going our way, remember Maharaji, which is remember that thy will be done, that
Mm.
it's go beyond our own preferences of what we like and what we don't like and what we want and what we don't want, and be like Ram through it all. When he was told the news, he was just absolutely calm and like and yes, and so it is.
And he's walked away from everything. I mean, imagine even if something happened to you, where it was like, hey, you don't have a kingdom, you just got your bank account and your truck and your family. And compared to, the greatest kingdom in North India. And imagine if they said, oh, you have to leave all that for 14 years, your kirtan, work, your all that. You don't get to go on your tours anymore, lead your retreats, or you got to just go leave all that. Can you imagine how could you just be like, oh, okay, cool, like Ram did?
And I think what I'm getting, what right when you said this popped up, like we think of ourselves as so important, like the world depends on us,
I know.
like everyone is depending on me.
Mm.
But guess what? When we're gone, and God bless it's not for a long time, everything is going to be just fine.
Everything's
You
just gonna
know
be
what
just
I
fine. Yeah,
mean?
except for our loved ones, are gonna
And they're
suffer.
going to be fine.
But they're gonna be
Um,
fine. They're gonna be
Emotionally,
fine.
they might have
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
time of being
yeah,
sad, but eventually they're going to be fine.
yeah, yeah.
Everything is just fine. Life will go, the universe will continue for sure when we're not here anymore, when anyone is not here anymore.
Yeah, yeah, for sure for you, definitely. But I don't know. I'm still having a hard time wrapping my head around that for myself. But no, just kidding.
Everything will be just fine. And I think that kind of leads us and just keep going.
Just
Just
keep
keep
going.
going. Keep your
Yeah.
faith. Keep
Yeah.
doing your sadhana. Keep
Yeah.
this spiritual consciousness that Krishna talks so much. Spiritual knowledge is so key. That's what protects us from the greatest fears. Keep cultivating your spiritual knowledge and just keep moving forward through it all,
Yeah.
whatever, however things appear to be, and
Yeah.
I think really this particular quote, and probably why I picked it, this keep going thing, you know and Krishna Das talks about this a lot, like life just destroys us.
Mhm.
And for me, in my previous years, when something would happen, I would just like totally collapse. But just keep going. Just keep going. Just don't stop moving forward. Just keep doing your sadhana. Keep doing your practices. Keep your cultivating your spiritual knowledge. Reinforce it however many times, as you said, we forget it and we lose faith. Keep reinforcing it and just keep going and
Yeah.
keep going and never stop until the day that we die. We do stupid shit. We fall from grace, pick ourselves up again and just keep going. And the world will be fine.
Yeah. We definitely make ourselves put ourselves on a pretty high pedestal from time to time.
The universe revolves around us.
Well, yeah, and I mean, consciousness is such a mystery that maybe it does.
Oh, here we go again.
Well, I mean, you know, you could all just be part of my little particular matrix. I don't know.
It's the multiverse.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe I even brought that up. Like I know what the multiverse is. I'm trying to get better at not talking about things I don't have any idea about.
We really got caught in that one.
Woo!
This episode, we went through a multiverse,
Hey, but
about
guess
10-minute
what? For
multiverse.
those of you that stuck with us, I think we really got somewhere with that line.
We did get somewhere. We did get somewhere. That was in all the times we've discussed it, we really nailed it.
And just to see the immensity of the be here now,
I think that needs to be the title of this broadcast.
be here now.
Be here now.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
totally
Sure. No, I know.
helped me. I
How many
understand be here
years have
now in a
you
whole
been
nother,
saying be here now?
right?
Yeah. Like more than half your life.
Exactly. And this
Yeah.
just took it to a whole nother level.
Nice. Good. Jai Hanuman.
Jai Hanuman. How great is this, brother?
Beautiful.
Well, let's close up. What do you say? It feels like it's a wrap.
I feel like it's a good place. Yeah, we got to try to rein in these hour and a half podcasts,
What did we go today? An hour 15?
Not even. I think we're gonna be just around an hour
Oh, really?
if we wrap
Okay.
it up now. Yeah.
All
So
right. All right. That
so we're
works.
gonna just finish with just some short closing prayers. It's essentially um we're just gonna say a prayer for peace for the whole world. And it sounds like this. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.
May all beings, including ourselves, be happy, be well, and be free from suffering. May all of our thoughts, may all of our words, and may all of our actions in some way contribute to that happiness, that well being, and that freedom from suffering for all, including ourselves, including ourselves, including ourselves.
Love everyone, serve everyone, feed everyone. And remember Maharaji.
Mm.
Jai Sitaram.
Jai Hanuman. Love
Namaste.
everyone. Podcast number 32. Boom.
In the can. Hey, and love, service, devotion, LSD weekend in Encinitas. Come join us September 11th or so 12th and 13th. We would love to be there with you. Just diving deeper into this Hanuman Chalisa.
And public kirtan on the 12th in Encinitas and on the 14th, Monday night kirtan in Los Angeles.
Gonna
Love
be
to
great.
chat with y'all.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
All right,
brother.
friends.
Well, let's do it again soon. Thank you, everybody. Have a blessed day. And remember Hanuman.
Jai Sitaram.